English orthography, Wikipedia audio. English orthography is the system of writing conventions used to represent spoken English in written form that allows readers to connect spelling to sound to meaning. Like the orthography of most world languages, English orthography has a broad degree of standardization. However, unlike with most languages, there are multiple ways to spell nearly every phoneme, and most letters also have multiple pronunciations depending on their position in a word and the context. Several orthographic mistakes are common even among native speakers. This is mainly due to the large number of words that have been borrowed from a large number of other languages throughout the history of the English language, without successful attempts at complete spelling reforms. Most of the spelling conventions in modern English were derived from the phonetic spelling of a variety of Middle English, and generally do not reflect the sound changes that have occurred since the late 15th century. Despite the various English dialects spoken from country to country and within different regions of the same country, there are only slight regional variations in English orthography, the two most recognized variations being British and American spelling, and its overall uniformity helps facilitate international communication. On the other hand, it also adds to the discrepancy between the way English is written and spoken in any given location. Function of the letters. Note, in the following discussion, only one or two common pronunciations of American and British English varieties are used in this article for each word cited. Other regional pronunciations may be possible for some words, but indicating all possible regional variants in the article is impractical. Letters in English orthography usually represent a particular sound. For example, the word cat/ekat/ consists of three letters ik copyright, iai copyright, and it copyright, in which ik copyright represents the sound /k/, iai copyright the sound /a/, and it copyright the sound /t/. /o/ for though and do/ eoef/ for tough, rough, enough, and the name hof/ ef/ for trough, cough, and goff/ue/ for through/ ee/ for thought, ought, sought, not, brought, etc. trademark/ for thorough, burrow, and names ending in burrow. However, American English pronounces this as /o//a/ as in bow, sough, drought, plow, dowdy, and the names slough and dowdy. Sequences of letters may perform this role as well as single letters. Thus, in the word ship, the digraph I copyright represents the sound //. In the word ditch, the trigraph I copyright represent the sound /t/. Less commonly, a single letter can represent multiple successive sounds. The most common example is the letter I's copyright, which normally represents the consonant cluster /ks/. The same letter may be pronounced in different ways when it occurs in different positions within a word. For instance, the digraph ig copyright represents the sound /f/ at the end of some words, such as rough/erioif/. At the beginning of syllables, the digraph ig copyright is pronounced /e/, as in the word ghost. Conversely, the digraph ig copyright is never pronounced /f/ in syllable onsets and is almost never pronounced /e/ in syllable codas. Some words contain silent letters, which do not represent any sound in modern English pronunciation. Examples include the IB copyright in doubt, debt, dumb, etc., the IP copyright in psychology and pneumatic, and the commonly encountered silent IEI copyright. Another type of spelling characteristic is related to word origin. For example, when representing a vowel, the letter IA copyright represents the sound /e/ in some words borrowed from Greek, whereas the letter usually representing this sound in non-Greek words is the letter III copyright. Thus, the word myth/emei/ is of Greek origin, while pith/epei/ is a Germanic word. Other examples include IFA copyright pronounced /f/ and ICHE copyright pronounced /k/a. The use of these spellings for these sounds often mark words that have been borrowed from Greek. Hof, /ek/, hiccup, /eoep/ as in up, lock, /ex/ with a velar fricative like the ch in lock, of which lock is an anglicized spelling. Some researchers, such as Brengelmann, have suggested that, in addition to this marking of word origin, these spellings indicate a more formal level of style or register in a given text, although Rawlings finds this point to be exaggerated as there would be many exceptions where a word with one of these spellings, such as IFA copyright for /f/, could occur in an informal text. Spelling may also be useful to distinguish between homophones, although in most cases the reason for the difference is historical and was not introduced for the purpose of making a distinction. For example, the words air and air are pronounced identically in most dialects, but in writing they are distinguished from each other by their different spellings. Another example is the pair of homophones pain and pain, where both are pronounced /epeen/ but have two different spellings of the vowel /e/. Often this is because of the historical pronunciation of each word where, over time, two separate sounds become the same but the different spellings remain. Pain used to be pronounced as /e pain/ with the diphthong, and pain as /epn/, but the diphthong /ai/ merged with the long vowel /ee/ in pain, making pain and pain homophones. Later /ee/ became a diphthong /ee/. A knowledge of which syllables are stressed and which are unstressed, which combinations of vowels represent monosyllables and which represent disyllables. Phonemic representation. In written language, this may help to resolve potential ambiguities that would arise otherwise. Nevertheless, many homophones remain that are unresolved by spelling. Some letters in English provide information about the pronunciation of other letters in the word. Rawlings uses the term markers for such letters. Letters may mark different types of information. For instance, the letter IEI copyright in the word cottage /eketa/ indicates that the preceding IG copyright is pronounced /de/ rather than the more common value of IG copyright in word final position as the sound /e/, such as in tag /etae/. The letter IEI copyright also often marks an altered pronunciation of a preceding vowel. In the pair ban and bane, the IAI copyright of ban has the value /a/, whereas the IAI copyright of bane is marked by the IEI copyright as having the value /ee/. In this context, the IEI copyright is not pronounced, and is referred to as silent E. A single letter may even fill multiple pronunciation marking roles simultaneously. For example, in the word wage, the IEI copyright marks not only the change of the IAI copyright from /a/ to /ee/, but also of the IG copyright from /e/ to /de/. Doubled consonants usually indicate that the preceding vowel is pronounced short. For example, the doubled ite copyright in latter indicates that the iai copyright is pronounced /a/, while the single ite copyright of later gives /ee/. Doubled consonants only indicate any lengthening or gemination of the consonant sound itself when they come from different morphemes, as with the ine copyright in unnatural equals un plus natural. A given letter or may have dual functions. For example, the letter III copyright in the word cinema has a sound representing function and a pronunciation marking function. Like many other alphabetic orthographies, English spelling does not represent non-contrastive phonetic sounds. Although the letter ite copyright is pronounced by some speakers with aspiration at the beginning of words, this is never indicated in the spelling, and, indeed, this phonetic detail is probably not noticeable to the average native speaker not trained in phonetics. However, unlike some orthographies, English orthography often represents a very abstract underlying representation of English words. He postulated underlying forms are systematically related to the conventional orthography, and are, as is well known, related to the underlying forms of a much earlier historical stage of the language. There has, in other words, been little change in lexical representation since Middle English, and, consequently, we would expect that lexical representation would differ very little from dialect to dialect in modern English, that conventional orthography is probably fairly close to optimal for all modern English dialects, as well as for the attested dialects of the past several hundred years. In these cases, a given morpheme has a fixed spelling even though it is pronounced differently in different words. An example is the past tense suffix iade copyright, which may be pronounced variously as /t/, /d/ or /ad/. As it happens, these different pronunciations of iade copyright can be predicted by a few phonological rules, but that is not the reason why its spelling is fixed. Word origin. Homophone differentiation. Another example involves the vowel differences in several related words. For instance, the word photographer is derived from the word photograph by adding the derivational suffix ire copyright. When this suffix is added, the vowel pronunciations change largely owing to the movable stress. In the tables, the hyphen has two different meanings. A hyphen after the letter indicates that it must be at the beginning of a syllable, e.g. J in jumper and a jar. A hyphen before the letter indicates that it cannot be at the beginning of a word, e.g. ck in sick and ticket. More specific rules take precedence over more general ones, e.g. c before e, I or y takes precedence over c. Where the letter combination is described as word final, inflectional suffixes may be added without changing the pronunciation, e.g. catalog s, the dialect used is rp, isolated foreign borrowings are excluded. Marking sound changes in other letters. Multiple functionality. Underlying representation. Diacritics. Ligatures. Other examples of this type are the iiti copyright suffix. See also, trisyllabic laxing. Another such class of words includes sign /esaen/nbom/ebem/ with silent letters ig copyright and ibe copyright, respectively. However, in the related words signature and bombard these letters are pronounced /escene trademark te trademark r/n/bemeberd/, respectively. Here it could be argued that the underlying representation of sine and bom is SAEEN and BMB, in which the underlying E and B are only pronounced in the surface forms when followed by certain suffixes. Otherwise, the E and B are not realized in the surface pronunciation. In these cases, the orthography indicates the underlying consonants that are present in certain words but are absent in other related words. Other examples include the IT copyright in fast/efest/ and fasten/efese trademark and the IHE copyright in air/EE trademark r/ and inherit/eneheret/. Another example includes words like mean/emien/ and meant/ement/. Here the vowel spelling IEAI copyright is pronounced differently in the two related words. Thus, again the orthography uses only a single spelling that corresponds to the single morphemic form rather than to the surface phonological form. Phonic irregularities. English orthography does not always provide an underlying representation. Sometimes it provides an intermediate representation between the underlying form and the surface pronunciation. This is the case with the spelling of the regular plural morpheme, which is written as either I say copyright or I say copyright. Here the spelling I say copyright is pronounced either /s/ or /z/ while I say copyright is usually pronounced /az/. Thus, there are two different spellings that correspond to the single underlying representation z of the plural suffix and the three surface forms. The spelling indicates the insertion of /a/ before the /z/ in the spelling I say copyright, but does not indicate the devoiced /s/ distinctly from the unaffected /z/ in the spelling I say copyright. The abstract representation of words as indicated by the orthography can be considered advantageous since it makes etymological relationships more apparent to English readers. This makes writing English more complex, but arguably makes reading English more efficient. However, very abstract underlying representations, such as that of Chomsky and Halley or of underspecification theories, are sometimes considered too abstract to accurately reflect the communicative competence of native speakers. Followers of these arguments believe the less abstract surface forms are more psychologically real and thus more useful in terms of pedagogy. English has some words that can be written with accent marks. These words have mostly been imported from other languages, usually French. As imported words become increasingly naturalized, there is an increasing tendency to omit the accent marks, even in formal writing. For example, words such as rale and hotel were first seen with accents when they were borrowed into English, but now the accent is almost never used. The words were originally considered foreign a and some people considered that English alternatives were preferable a but today their foreign origin is largely forgotten. Words most likely to retain the accent are those atypical of English morphology and therefore still perceived as slightly foreign. For example, Kaffa copyright and Pa-cent-ta copyright both have a pronounced final E, which would otherwise be silent under the normal English pronunciation rules. However, Kaffa copyright is now sometimes facetiously pronounced kaf, while in Pa-cent-ta copyright, the acute accent is helpful to distinguish it from pate. Further examples of words sometimes retaining diacritics when used in English are a, extra m, appliqua copyright, Attica copyright, Blaza copyright, bric-a-brac, brachin, Clichat copyright, crame, crape, faaad, fianxa copyright, Flambeau copyright, Navi, Naveda copyright, Na copyright, Papye Cent Cha copyright, Pasa copyright, Pia plus or minus Atta, Proto copyright Ga copyright, Ra copyright Summa copyright, Risqua copyright, A 1/4 Burr, voila! Italics, with appropriate accents, are generally applied to foreign terms that are uncommonly used in or have not been assimilated into English. For example, Adia superscript 3s, CRA me bra la copyright E, Pia da Ra copyright sistans, raison d'atre, A 1/4 Burr, vis a vis, and belles lettres. It was formerly common in American English to use a diaeresis mark to indicate a hiatus, for example, coa parate, dat s, rea lect. The New Yorker and Technology Review magazines still use it for this purpose, even though it is increasingly rare in modern English. Nowadays the diaeresis is normally left out, or a hyphen is used if the hiatus is between two morphemes in a compound word. It is, however, still common in monomorphemic loanwords such as na-ve and noa-l. Written accents are also used occasionally in poetry and scripts for dramatic performances to indicate that a certain normally unstressed syllable in a word should be stressed for dramatic effect, or to keep with the meter of the poetry. This use is frequently seen in archaic and pseudo-archaic writings with the ed suffix, to indicate that the e should be fully pronounced, as with cursa d. In certain older texts, the use of the ligatures a and a is common in words such as archaeology, diarrhea, and encyclopedia. Such words have Latin or Greek origin. Nowadays, the ligatures have been generally replaced in British English by the separated digraph AE and OE, but usually economy, ecology, and in American English by E. In some cases, usage may vary. For instance, both encyclopedia and encyclopedia are current in the UK. Spelling irregularities. Partly because English has never had any official regulating authority for spelling, such as the Spanish Real Academia Espa plus or minus Ola, the French Acada Copyright Me Frana Eyes, and the German Rat fa 1/4 R Deutsche Rechtschreibung, English spelling, compared to many other languages, is quite irregular and complex. Although French, among other languages, presents a similar degree of difficulty when encoding, English is more difficult when decoding, as there are clearly many more possible pronunciations of a group of letters. For example, in French, the /u/ sound can be spelled ou, us, out, or u, but the pronunciation of each of those sequences is always the same. In English, the /ue/ sound can be spelled in up to 18 different ways, including oo, u, ui, ue, o, oe, ou, oof, and u, but all of these have other pronunciations as well. The Spelling to Sound Correspondences section below presents a summary of pronunciation variations. Thus, in unfamiliar words and proper nouns, the pronunciation of some sequences, oof being the prime example, is unpredictable to even educated native English speakers. Attempts to regularize or reform the spelling of English have usually failed. However, Noah Webster popularized more phonetic spellings in the United States, such as flavor for British flavor, fiber for fiber, defense for defense, analyze for analyze, catalog for catalog, and so forth. These spellings already existed as alternatives, but Webster's dictionaries helped make them standard in the U.S. See American and British English spelling differences for details. History. Besides the quirks the English spelling system has inherited from its past, there are other idiosyncrasies in spelling that make it tricky to learn. English contains, depending on dialect, 27 separate consonant phonemes and 20 vowels. However, there are only 26 letters in the modern English alphabet, so there is not a one-to-one correspondence between letters and sounds. Many sounds are spelled using different letters or multiple letters, and for those words whose pronunciation is predictable from the spelling, the sounds denoted by the letters depend on the surrounding letters. For example, the digraph th represents two different sounds, and the voiceless alveolar sibilant can be represented by the letters S and C. It is, however, not the shortage of letters which makes English spelling irregular. Its irregularities are caused mainly by the use of many different spellings for some of its sounds, such as the sounds /ue/, /ie/n/o/, and the use of identical sequences for spelling different sounds. Oof words. Spelling patterns. Spelling to sound correspondences. Furthermore, English no longer makes any attempt to anglicize the spellings of loan words, but preserves the foreign spellings, even when they employ exotic conventions like the Polish CZ in Czech or the Norwegian FJ in fjord. In early Middle English, until roughly 1400, most imports from French were respelt according to English rules. Instead of loans being respelled to conform to English spelling standards, sometimes the pronunciation changes as a result of pressure from the spelling. One example of this is the word ski, which was adopted from Norwegian in the mid-18th century, although it did not become common until 1900. It used to be pronounced /i/, which is similar to the Norwegian pronunciation, but the increasing popularity of the sport after the middle of the 20th century helped the /ski/ pronunciation replace it. There was also a period when the spelling of a small number of words was altered in what is now regarded as a misguided attempt to make them conform to what were perceived to be the etymological origins of the words. For example, the letter B was added to det in an attempt to link it to the Latin debitum, and the letter S in island is a misplaced attempt to link it to Latin insula instead of the Old English word land, which is the true origin of the English word. The letter P in ptarmigan has no etymological justification whatsoever, only seeking to invoke Greek despite being a Gaelic word. The spelling of English continues to evolve. Many loanwords come from languages where the pronunciation of vowels corresponds to the way they were pronounced in Old English, which is similar to the Italian or Spanish pronunciation of the vowels, and is the vowel symbols, and have in the International Phonetic Alphabet. As a result, there is a somewhat regular system of pronouncing foreign words in English, and some borrowed words have had their spelling changed to conform to this system. For example, Hindu used to be spelled Hindu, and the name Maria used to be pronounced like the name Mariah, but was changed to conform to this system. Commercial advertisers have also had an effect on English spelling. They introduced new or simplified spellings like light instead of light, through instead of through, smoky instead of smoky, and rucksack instead of rucksack. The spellings of personal names have also been a source of spelling innovations. Diminutive versions of women's names that sound the same as men's names have been spelled differently: Nikki and Nikki, Tony and Tony, Joe and Joe. As examples of the idiosyncratic nature of English spelling, the combination OU can be pronounced in at least 9 different ways: /a/in out, /o/in soul, /ue/in soup, /eoe/in touch, /in could, /ee/in for, /eoe/in journal, /e/in cough, and /e trademark/in famous. See the section Spelling to Sound Correspondences for a comprehensive treatment. In the other direction, the vowel sound /ie/in me can be spelt in at least 18 or 21 different ways: be, ski, bolin a, algae, chew I, beach, bee, deceit, people, key, vol id, field, moeba, chamois, deng ue, beg uine, guiot, and city. See the section Sound to Spelling Correspondences below. Sometimes everyday speakers of English change a counterintuitive pronunciation simply because it is counterintuitive. Changes like this are not usually seen as standard, but can become standard if used enough. An example is the word minuscule, which still competes with its original spelling of minuscule, though this might also be because of analogy with the word mini. A further example is the modern pronunciation of tissue. Inconsistencies and irregularities in English pronunciation and spelling have gradually increased in number throughout the history of the English language. There are a number of contributing factors. First, gradual changes in pronunciation, such as the Great Vowel Shift, account for a tremendous number of irregularities. Second, relatively recent loanwords from other languages generally carry their original spellings, which are often not phonetic in English. The Romanization of languages using alphabets derived from the Latin alphabet has further complicated this problem, for example when pronouncing Chinese proper names. The regular spelling system of Old English was swept away by the Norman conquest, and English itself was supplanted in some spheres by Norman French for 3 centuries, eventually emerging with its spelling much influenced by French. English had also borrowed large numbers of words from French, which naturally kept their French spellings as there was no reason or mechanism to change them. The spelling of Middle English, such as in the writings of Geoffrey Chaucer, is very irregular and inconsistent, with the same word being spelled in different ways, sometimes even in the same sentence. However, these were generally much better guides to the then pronunciation than modern English spelling is. For example, the sound /eoe/, normally written u, is spelled with an o in sun, love, come, etc., due to Norman spelling conventions which prohibited writing u before v, m, and due to the graphical confusion that would result. Similarly, spelling conventions also prohibited final v. Hence the identical spellings of the 3 different vowel sounds in love, grove, and prove are due to ambiguity in the Middle English spelling system, not sound change. In 1417 Henry V began using English for official correspondence, which had no standardized spelling, instead of Latin or French which had standardized spelling. For example, for the word right, Latin had 1 spelling, rectus, Old French as used in English law had 6 spellings, Middle English had 77 spellings. English, now used as the official replacement language for Latin and French, motivated writers to standardize spellings, an effort which lasted about 500 years. There was also a series of linguistic sound changes towards the end of this period, including the Great Vowel Shift, which resulted in the I in mine, for example, changing from a pure vowel to a diphthong. These changes for the most part did not detract from the rule-governed nature of the spelling system, but in some cases they introduced confusing inconsistencies, like the well-known example of the many pronunciations of oof. Most of these changes happened before the arrival of printing in England. However, the arrival of the printing press froze the current system, rather than providing the impetus for a realignment of spelling with pronunciation. Furthermore, it introduced further inconsistencies, partly because of the use of typesetters trained abroad, particularly in the Low Countries. For example, the H in ghost was influenced by Dutch. The addition and deletion of a silent E at the ends of words was also sometimes used to make the right-hand margin line up more neatly. By the time dictionaries were introduced in the mid-17th century, the spelling system of English had started to stabilize. By the 19th century, most words had set spellings, though it took some time before they diffused throughout the English-speaking world. In The Mill on the Floss, English novelist George Eliot satirized the attitude of the English rural gentry of the 1820s towards orthography. The modern English spelling system, with its national variants, spread together with the expansion of public education later in the 19th century. The most notorious group of letters in the English language, oof, is commonly pronounced in at least 10 different ways, 6 of which are illustrated in the construct, though the tough cough and hiccup plow him through, which is quoted by Robert A. Heinlein in The Door into Summer to illustrate the difficulties facing automated speech transcription and reading. Oof, usually representing a pronunciation of roughly /x/, is in fact a word in its own right, though rarely known or used, an exclamation of disgust similar to ugh. The following are recorded throughout Englishes of the world. The following pronunciations are found in uncommon single words. The place name Loughborough uses 2 different pronunciations of oof. The first oof has the sound as in "uf" and the second rhymes with thorough. In a generative approach to English spelling, Rawlings identifies 20 main orthographic vowels of stressed syllables that are grouped into 4 main categories: lax, tense, heavy, tense R. For instance, the letter A can represent the lax vowel /a/, tense /e/, heavy /e/, or before R. Heavy and tense R vowels are the respective lax and tense counterparts followed by the letter R. Tense vowels are distinguished from lax vowels with a silent E letter that is added at the end of words. Thus, the letter A in hat is lax /a/, but when the letter E is added in the word hate, the letter A is tense /e/. Similarly, heavy and tense R vowels patterned together. The letters AR in car are heavy /ER/. The letters AR followed by silent E in the word care are /E trademark R/. The letter U represents 2 different vowel patterns, one being /EOE/ /Jew/ /E trademark /J/, the other /UE//. There is no distinction between heavy and tense R vowels with the letter O, and the letter U in the /UE/ pattern does not have a heavy vowel member. Besides silent E, another strategy for indicating tense and tense R vowels is the addition of another orthographic vowel forming a digraph. In this case, the first vowel is usually the main vowel while the second vowel is the marking vowel. For example, the word man has a laxa pronounced /a/, but with the addition of I in the word mania is marked as tense and pronounced /ee/. These 2 strategies produce words that are spelled differently but pronounced identically, as in main, and main. The use of two different strategies relates to the function of distinguishing between words that would otherwise be homonyms. Besides the 20 basic vowel spellings, Rawlings has a reduced vowel category and a miscellaneous category. To reduce dialectal difficulties, the sound values given here correspond to the conventions at Help IPA/English. This table includes H, W, and Y when they represent vowel sounds. If no information is given, it is assumed that the vowel is in a stressed syllable. Deriving the pronunciation of an English word from its spelling requires not only a careful knowledge of the rules given below and their many exceptions, but also /e trademark /to a hape enny, to enny. A euro in many if not most North American accents, /ar/ is merged with /er/. Asterisk the lot and cloth lexical sets are pronounced with /e/ or /ee/ respectively in GA, but are merged in /e/ in RP. The Bath lexical set is pronounced with /a/ in GA. Notes. Nearly 80% of Americans pronounce luxurious with /ee/, while 2/3 of Brits use /k/. Half the American speakers pronounce luxury as /eleoee trademark ri/. The rest says /eleoeke trademark ri/. A euro. About half of both British and American speakers say /eekset/. The other half says /eezet/. /ee/h halfpenny. Asterisk according to the Longman Pronunciation Dictionary, 75% of Americans pronounce almond as /eelme trademark nd/. A euro where GA distinguishes between /e/ and /ee/ in the letter combination ong, RP only has the vowel /e/. The following table shows for each sound the various spelling patterns used to denote it, starting with the prototypical pattern followed by others in alphabetical order. Some of these patterns are very rare or unique. The symbol a stands for an intervening consonant. In order of the IPA consonant tables. Asterisk in 2008, 61% of Brits pronounced diphthong as /edepiea/, though phoneticians prefer /edefiea/. In 2008, 20% of Americans pronounced thespian as /eizbie trademark and /. The majority of Brits, and the great majority of younger ones, pronounce crescent as /ekreze trademark nt/. A euro in 2008, 64% of Americans and 39% of Brits pronounce February as /efebjueri/. A euro the majority of Americans, and the great majority of younger ones, pronounce congratulate as /ke trademark neerata trademark leet/. Sorted more or less from close to open sounds in the vowel diagram. A euro identical to previous vowel in non-rhotic dialects like RP. Vowels. Combinations of vowel letters. Consonants. Combinations of vowel letters and R. Combinations of other consonant and vowel letters. Sound to spelling correspondences. Consonants 2. Vowels 2. Orthographies of English-related languages. Bibliography.